Hello everyone, this is Lorena, and I'm back with another Dillings video. It was, the raid is over. My help, I don't know, I had some assistance in finishing the duel, so everyone finished off the raid boss, and I just got whatever I got. I don't even remember how much damage I did, but it couldn't have been much because Paradox was Paradox. And look at this boss level, 4,300. Are you kidding me? Like, this is like compared to what, my 3,400? Dude, this is insane. This is insane. Okay, but for real, I want to show off my draw. Okay, so Paradox isn't getting in my way this time, so I'm going over to GX World again because I'm just building up the friendship duels with Yusei, with Jaden, and then switching over to Yusei for the friendship duels. Okay, I do know where it is, right? I think it is in the PvP arena, to be honest. Yeah, the replays, and I know which one it is because I locked it. I locked it so I wouldn't get rid of it, so I would know which one it is. Alright, so this is the draw. At least it should be. Because I think that's the one that I locked. If it's not, then what? Okay, yeah, I think this is it. I think this is the one. No, this is the wrong one. This is the wrong one. I think. Is it the wrong one though? I can't remember. I don't think I got a draw here though, so I think it's someone else. Although I could be wrong, so I have to see. I will know in a second. I have to see what he summons. There's a specific. Okay, actually this is the right one. I just thought I was doing Yugi instead, and no, it was actually Yuma. Yeah, we got a draw from this. I attacked Medusa, and I ended up taking damage, and he took damage, and it ended up just taking us both out. And to be honest, I actually am working on a deck for this. I have all the pieces. I just need one skill on Aki. I don't know when I'll have it. But I'm using I want it on Aki because she's the one I want to use the deck with. Although I'm not even sure if I'm good at using this deck. I just like it. Okay, I believe this is when the draw happens, when I attack. I believe it's because I'm going to attack from my castle and it ends up destroying both of us. Okay, so it's he activates his field spell. And the field spell causes a draw. Oh my god. That was hilarious. I still cannot believe that happened. It was hilarious. Anyway, I'm going to duel the Supreme King. You know, I turned up the music, so I hope that I'm talking loud enough and I'm not just drowned out by the music, but I'm loud. I don't know why you want to be destroyed, but I accept your challenge. I don't want to be destroyed. I'm a professional. I have something to defend. Well, Asta does. I sure don't. I don't. Why am I dueling him? Like, with Aster, like, no auto-dueling? Well, that's because I like his music. I like the music. This music, guys, I love it. Okay. Oh my god, he's going to get wrecked. I just hope the music isn't too loud. I thought I was a bit loud and I could afford to turn it up a bit, so, you know. I only turned it up a little bit. Oh my god, you're dead. You're dead now. Oh my god. You're dead to me. You're dead to me. I'll show you the strength that I have gained by, I don't know. The joke doesn't really work. I gain power from darkness. You may think that sounds edgy, but, I mean, as edgy as it sounds, it's not entirely wrong. It's not entirely wrong. I do sort of gain power from the darkness, even though that does sound edgy, I know. But, I mean, I'm weird, okay? We know this. And now you guys know why I'm still playing Evil Heroes. That isn't actually the only reason. I just tend to vibe that depth. I love it. Okay. I'm done now. Yeah, your darkness isn't as strong as my darkness. I'm sorry, but it's not. Unless I'm playing you, then my darkness consumes all. Oh my god. And now I am haunted by the realization of what I was trying to attempt. But just seeing that raid boss level is like, dude, I want him to be at that level. But I don't know. I don't know if I can defeat him at his best. I mean, raid bosses, they can have as much health as you can get the raid boss to. That's kind of how raid bosses work. They just respawn with more health each time you defeat them. So if I'm defeating him over and over, then his max just goes up over and over and over. There may not be a cap, but that would actually be good. That would actually be good because it means I can keep going. It would mean complete insanity. Complete insanity, I can wreck him as much as I want. This is why I like raid bosses. Okay, you flip even what? Special summon a monster to the field. Okay. You're probably going to try to get rid of this card and you'll probably be successful, but you know what? You know what, Paradox? I will take you down. I will take you down. You know, that card, I can destroy it. And that's how weak that card is. Okay, I'm attacking you now. Directly. You can do nothing. Nothing. Okay, well, what are the chances? No, I'm not, no. Oh, actually, I could have, but I would have been fine. Also, I can take damage here and there. I'll be fine. It's not like he's at one of his most brutal levels. He's not at 4,300. I haven't even dueled him at that level. I'm not even sure if I've seen him at that level. I don't even know what the max level is. But whatever the max duelist level is, I mean, whatever his max level is, I don't care to see it. I mean, I'd rather he just not have a cap at all. But realistically, players can only handle dueling him for so long. And Konami is just going to end the event eventually anyway. You know, I would spend money to do Yubel's event. I would spend money to do it. I should get... I know it's... I know, but I don't think anyone else cares. I really don't. So, I mean, I think that if I could, I would spend money just to do that event. Just to do any event again, to be honest. I am pretty set on wanting it. If the game lasts that long, I am hoping that I can suggest it and they'll take my advice. Though I doubt they'll ever see anything I say. Konami doesn't care about my opinion. I don't even understand why they do surveys because I doubt they read them. They might read the ones from Japan, though. They might read those. But definitely not mine. I'm just a foreigner. They don't care about my opinion. They don't care about it. Though they do care about making money. So, I mean, I can make suggestions just because of that. Like, you want money? I would spend money on this, Konami. I would do it. And then the player base would proceed to hate me even further. But they don't care about what I want. The player base doesn't care what I want either. So, I mean, if it was possible, they just wouldn't give two shits. Although, ideally there would also be a gym option to spend gems to do a rerun. You know, like you can sometimes use gems to purchase a bundle. You can use gems to purchase a bundle. But you can't do that for every bundle, just some of them. Okay, so this is not going to last very long because Paradox is... he doesn't have many life points. I'm late. I'm so very late. I'm late and it's in character to be late. Although would Jaden be late for a duel? I don't know. He's definitely late to class a lot. He's late to class. I'm usually on time when it comes to getting to class. Though I have submitted assignments in late because, I don't know, sometimes my brain doesn't like to do good work on time. I feel like one of my best essays was done as well as it was because it was late. And yes, I got penalized for it, but it was only that good because it was late. And then I proceeded to, I think, be salty and drop out that semester, but anyway. I'm just glad that the essay was accepted. And if I do the math, I believe it was 5 days late. So I got a 75 on the essay, and if I lost 5 points for each day the essay was late, then I would have gotten full marks if it was turned in on time. So there's no point in asking my professor what the penalty was, because I can just do the math and act like that's the penalty. Because seriously, I believe it was 5 days late. It was pretty late. Why was it late? Well, I mean, it was pretty complicated, just saying. I think I was stuck on it for a while, to be honest. I think that was the issue. I think that's why it was late, because I was stuck. I was stuck, but I was eventually able to figure things out. And that was good. But also, I never went back to college because I felt like I outgrew at that age. And I'm just over here like, dude, no, that's not actually a thing. But I do feel like my major just didn't really justify going back. Like, just to be a writer, to learn to get better at being a writer, like, college is expensive, man. I don't have to go to expensive, I don't need to go to college to get better at being a writer. I don't. That's too much money, and I probably don't need my mom covering the cost for that. Although I think how were the costs afforded? I can't remember. I think there was something like a trust for that, but I just never used it. I mean, I did use it. No, wait a minute. Anyway, apparently I've got luxuries that I'm not using. But, I mean, I would love to go back to college, but I just don't really feel like I should. I feel like it's too expensive. Like, who has time to go to something that's expensive? Also, I thought about going back just so I'd get a break from you-know-who. And also, if you've watched enough of my videos, you know who I'm talking about. If you have never watched if this is like your first video of mine, then you don't know who I'm talking about, but, anyway. I considered going back because I'd get a break from going to college, but then I would have to go to class. I would have to go to the campus. And I'm just like, who has time for that shit? I'm just too lazy to go to the campus. I don't want to actually leave my house. I don't want to leave. Now, obviously, if I was under house arrest, that would be an issue, but at least I'd have the internet if they didn't also take that away. I don't know how house arrest works, okay? House arrest works in some way. I don't know what that way is. I've never been under house arrest, and ideally I never will be. But now you guys know how I could handle COVID-19 so well. Because I'm privileged enough to be able to sit at home all day and not be exposed to the pandemic. But also, I don't really think I could handle wearing a mask for 8 hours straight. I can't handle wearing a mask that long, so I shouldn't be in public for that long. Because I don't think I could handle it. Now, to be completely honest, I don't like admitting that. I don't like admitting how much privilege I've got because it doesn't really feel like it should be a privilege to have my health. I don't feel like healthcare should be a privilege, but it is a privilege. Why? Why is it a privilege? I can't ask anyone that can actually do something about this. I can't just ask the president, why is healthcare a privilege? Because he doesn't care. And also, I don't think he can really give me a proper answer, even if he could respond. Because politics is complicated. Politics is complicated. But I just hate both sides, really. And my problem is not really relevant to anyone. Why should anyone have to listen to me bring that up? Well, no one has to listen to me talk about it, but I mean, I'm just talking about my privilege, and then I'm just like, okay, but why is healthcare a privilege? Why America? I'm just like, I hear about people talking about their affordable healthcare, and I'm like, would you stop? Would you stop? Stop. You're flaunting this in front of Americans, and I hate this. You're flaunting your privilege, and I hate it. I hate it. Like, I'm not also flaunting my privilege by talking about how I could stay at home all day during the pandemic. Although, that's not necessarily something I want to do. It's just, well, it's a fact, okay? Like, I can't drive. And if I could drive, if it was legal, I can't afford managing my car. I can't afford getting it. I can't afford maintenance costs. Guys, listen, being an adult is too expensive for me. It's too expensive for me. And you know what? If this country does not give two shits, if this country doesn't care that I cannot afford to be an adult, if the country doesn't care that I can't afford that, the country is just like, who cares? Okay? Okay, thanks. Thanks, society, thanks. And that's a bit more of an issue than what I was venting about, but sure. I do want to make a second channel at some point where I talk about things that are a bit more important than just my spiritual stuff. You know, my spiritual stuff is on this channel, but I feel like that's more personal. And I feel like a second channel for things that are a bit less personal would be better in the long run. Like, I don't want to put some of the most, I don't want to put just anything on this channel, because that builds up over time, and I'm like, who wants to hear me talk about things like politics? No one. I don't even want to be talking about it, dear Lord. And I say as I brought it up, and no one was asking. Yeah, but here's the thing, I'm forced to pay attention to it. I mean, especially after, you know what, and if you don't know what I'm referring to, well, okay, I'm surprised, especially if you're American. If you're not American, I suppose you just don't know, but since the bastard couldn't keep his mouth shut, I'm very surprised that anyone could miss it. It was it was like free entertainment. Anyway, I'm done insulting the presidents of the country. I kind of insulted Biden too, to be fair. And should he really run again? I don't think so. I actually think there should be an age maximum for being in office. And why do I think this? This may be controversial, but no matter how healthy you are, you can lose that health at any time you're in office. I know it sounds obnoxious to be like there should be an age maximum, but if you're out of touch with what's going on in modern society, like if you don't know what's going on in the lives of the everyday Americans, you shouldn't be in office. And also, if you could die while in office, it's important to minimize the chances of that happening. It can't be, I mean, you could die at any age, and being assassinated is a thing. Being assassinated is a thing, it happens. But we could reduce the chances of you dying in office if you aren't super old. So what should the age maximum be? Well, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not the one deciding this shit. I think there should be an age maximum because the people in office seem to be really out of touch with what's going on with Americans. And I'm just like, okay. I understand there being an age minimum. Like, you shouldn't run for office if you're like 20 because you don't know shit. But if you're out of touch with everything going on with Americans, why are you representing us? Why are you representing us if you're too old to understand what's going on with us? I mean, I understand people not wanting there to be an age maximum, but I'm concerned about people dying in office, and I'm just like, that's the main reason I don't want people that are super old to be in office, because you could die in office. I think my argument means something. Like, it sounds super obnoxious, but guys, the healthiest person in my life was in her 70s, and she developed cancer. We're talking about someone that was very healthy, healthier than I've ever been. This woman would run to her office to and from multiple times a day. Like, she had more energy than I ever had in my entire life. Like, she had more energy than a minor that was 10. She had more energy than me. And she developed cancer. So I'm just like, I'm sorry, but no, I'm not actually sorry. I'm not sorry. I mean it. There should be an age maximum. I've explained my position, and I definitely think that it has merit. Do Americans think it has merit? No, no. They probably don't give two shits. I mean, honestly. My country is too busy arguing with each other to actually care about what will actually fix this country. We're too busy arguing with each other. We don't have time to think about anything else. And those of us that are rational enough to know the system is broken, we're too busy trying to, the rest of us are too busy trying to survive to actually think about fixing what's wrong in this country. Which is a problem. Okay, well, did I change the title of the last video? I think I did. I hope I did, because I've got the perfect title for this video. The perfect title, which is, let me explain. Let me explain my position and my opinion. I don't know. But it is stupid that I would even have this position. I think that you should be able to run the country at any age as long as you're functioning. But this opinion has developed because of how things are being run. And obviously, people being out of touch, that's probably an age-related thing. There's an age-related issue going on here. And there seems to be a similar age-related issue going on in Japan, but that's not my problem. I just like Japan, and I'm subscribed to someone that lives there, so that's how I learned about what's going on in Japan. The Japanese government is apparently complaining about there not being enough procreation going on in that country, and I'm just like, okay, Japan, okay. You deal with this shit yourself, okay? I'm pretty sure that you can figure this out yourselves. Just leave the rest of us out of this stupidity, because dear God. But this is why I think there's a similar issue going on in Japan, because, bruh, they don't know what's going on with the Japanese public, do they? I don't have to be in Japan to know what their problem is. Anyway, guys, that's going to wrap things up for this video. I'm going to take a break, and I will be back tomorrow.